The Atlanta Falcons are one NFL team with a bunch of history. Originated in 1965, the Atlanta Falcons have been capable of appearing in two Super Bowls, one where they lost to the Broncos, and another one where they lost to the New England Patriots. Recently, though, Atlanta hasn't been able to be a winning team. Matt Ryan did have a decrease in most of his stats, the Falcons haven't been ranked high in any major football category, and they need to switch things up. But here's the question I'll be responding to today. What are some plans the Atlanta Falcons should have going into this offseason? How is everybody doing today? It's Sports Huddle back with another video. Today, I'll be talking about the Atlanta Falcons and a few plans they should have coming into this offseason. Let's not waste any time, and let's get straight into it. The first goal, and probably the most important goal for the Falcons coming into this offseason, is attempting to find a better offensive line. Last season, the Falcons had an offensive line of Jake Matthews, Jalen Mayfield, Matt Hennessy, Chris Lindstrom, and Caleb McGarry. This offensive line allowed 200 pressures the entire season, which caused for them to be 29th in the pass blocking efficiency. The best player out of the five is by far Chris Lindstrom. PFF gave him a score of 84.1. The 24-year-old surely has a bright future being the right guard of the team. But as for everyone else, well, they weren't too bad, but also not great. The fact that some of these guys had a PFF of under 70 isn't good whatsoever. And if I was Terry Fontenot, I would definitely consider letting go of Jalen Mayfield and Caleb McGarry. Those men were probably protecting Matt Ryan the least at getting sacked. And if they could find other assets who are better than Jake Matthews and Matt Hennessy, then you've got yourself a perfect offensive line. But the odds of that happening aren't very high. The Falcons should just try their best on finding some good pieces to improve on their offensive line. And I'm sure they do not want to be ranked 27th in that category after the season again. The next goal for the Falcons should be to try to find better wide receivers. We all remember when the Falcons had the incredible 7-time Pro Bowler Julio Jones. Jones was by far one of the best wide receivers in the NFL at one point in his career. He was just a god, period. But after Julio went to Tennessee, that's when it went downhill for the Falcons. The best wide receiver on the Falcons as of right now is probably Russell Gage. He had 770 receiving yards last year with 4 touchdowns. So who should the Falcons target? Well, the top options are the 5-time Pro Bowler Davante Adams, the Super Bowl champion Chris Godwin, or Mike Williams. All three of these guys are capable of helping out the Falcons. Davante Adams would obviously be the best choice, but the Falcons would have to drop around $12 million a year on him. Nevertheless, he's an incredible player, therefore the Falcons should take their chances on him and pick him up. I think it would definitely make Matt Ryan feel better knowing he has some pretty good wide receivers out there when he's trying to throw. Now, this next one is the key to fixing all these blown leads. The key to no longer blowing a 28-3 lead. This can help the Falcons actually hold a lead in a game. The defensive line. No joke, the Atlanta Falcons were ranked 31st in defensive line last year. 31st. So the Falcons better fix this up. I feel really bad for Grady Jarrett though. I mean, this man is a 2-time Pro Bowler and is the main piece of the Falcons defensive line. And the fact that his talent with his other teammates is ranked 31st is just sad. One man who was a serious disappointment for the Falcons was Dante Fowler Jr. A lot of people thought he would be that prodigy from the University of Florida, but he did not prove enough. On a side note, the Falcons will have to hope that Marlon Davidson stays healthy, but all in all, the Falcons have to step up their game and just find the right defensive line. I mean, unless they want to have more of this, then whatever. But as a football fan who's attempting to help a team improve, the Falcons should have eyes out on the D-line. The last thing the Falcons should focus on is finding the right cornerback. The Falcons have one cornerback by the name of Fabian Moreau, and let's just say he could be better. In 2021, he was a starter again after only starting one game in 2020. He had 88 times where a pass was targeted at the man he was defending. Out of those 88 times, he had a career high of 55 allowed catches. So, not bad, but not pretty either. And on the other hand, you have AJ Terrell, a man who allowed 40 catches out of 88 attempts last season. Either way though, the Falcons have to make a move to find a new quarterback to pair up with AJ Terrell. Now, I'm not saying they should find a Jalen Ramsey type cornerback, but in free agency, there is one man who stands out on top, and that is J.C. Jackson. This year was the first time he became a Pro Bowler in his career, and he's been a Super Bowl champion before as he played with the legendary Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and plenty more. But now that he's a free agent, maybe it's time for a new home. Terry Fontenot must get that final piece as a cornerback, and when I say he's the right guy, I mean it. Atlanta should really try not to screw this up. So in the end, the Falcons should have 4 goals. And let me tell you, they aren't impossible to achieve. The toughest ones will have to be finding a player who either wants a lot of cash or having to find numerous players for a certain role on the team. But like I said the first time, the Falcons are highly capable of achieving this. They just have to lock in during the offseason and try their best not to screw this up. And we will see if it all goes as planned or not. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I apologize if I sound a bit more quiet in today's video. This is because I am currently editing at 12 a.m. So it's pretty late. I'm tired, but the grind never stops. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video. I'm out.